Well, hello everybody. How are we all doing? I hope we're doing well. Welcome to another exciting installment of La Théâtre de Phénix. Now, we are getting near the end of Phoenix Wright's first adventure. Some might say game, but as we all know, games aren't art, so we can't describe them as such. But we are in the latter half of Turnabout Goodbyes. So, case number 4, a lot of exciting stuff happening. Thank you all for joining us. Obviously, this is the theatre, so I hope you're all wearing your theatre finery, your theatre best. And we will accept heckling, but only in Twitch chat form. Now, when we last left Turnabout Goodbyes, a lot had happened. Hotshot prosecutor Miles Edgeworth had been accused of murder. That's how everyone else pronounces it. And after a few days of investigation, Phénix has discovered not all is as it seems. There's been Lotta Hart, a photographer with an indeterminate accent. There's been Uncle, a crazy old man, and his parrot Polly, who knows something about the DL6 incident. The incident that rocked the Faye family to its core. A lot of stuff will be unearthed in tonight's installment. But most importantly, will Phénix be able to overcome the Teutonic, and I mean that literally, might of Manfred von Karma, the man who taught Edgeworth everything he knows? Many twists and turns await us, friends. So let us get started on the next chapter of Turnabout Goodbyes. Enjoy. December 27th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3, the magic number. All right.
Oh, it's a magic number, sure it is. Oh, great.
That's a magic number.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defence is ready, Your Honour.
Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready.
Who is the judge here, anyway?
Mr. von Karma, your opening statement.
I think he's got a hernia.
Very well. No opening statements, so... Objection! Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course, yes. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Oh, snap.
He can't know that, surely. What's going on? Is he some sort of psychic vampire?
Order! Mr. von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Objection! Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand.
Is that mysterious? It's that mysterious let me say that again, I'm just so excited.
He said
it's
boat
that
shop.
Mysterious boat shop owner. Nailed it.
I own a boat shop.
Witness, state your profession.
Buzzy. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Guard Lake. And also I rent boats.
That's more like it. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep. I was. Side to side.
Please testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Objection! Wait a minute, all right? The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Objection! Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate.
Yeah, right.
Gavel! I'm here too. The witness will state his name.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really sure. Yeah.
What do you mean?
My memory. Yeah, it's clogged up.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name.
Several years is a
9/11.
wide gap.
He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago.
Merry Christmas.
He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness?
That's my name, don't wear it out. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as per usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. Well, when I looked out on the window, saw a boat just floating on the lake, like a boat. Then I heard another bang. Yep, just about then the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window.
Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Objection! There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now.
Or decisive snap.
Yes. Mr. Wright.
What are you saying? Look, of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well. You may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time then.
I hope his anger issues don't hint to a darker, seedier past.
You may cross-examine the witness.
Night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. I was in the... Oh, you got one of those time-skipping thingies. Ooh, I like it. Yeah. Skip me through time.
If I know Von Couple, is it?
Night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. Skipping through my time. Do it. Do it again.
Hold it. By your window?
Yep. By my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. I call the window...
And could you see the man's face through this window?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. He loomed at me like a ghost. I saw him.
This is rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, that man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. I killed him. I did.
Hold
I
it.
did it.
Are you sure? Uh-oh. Slam. Dad?
Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too.
I mean, that seems like a slam
Can't
dunk.
believe it's
Gavel,
court.
gavel! Witness, are you sure that this person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him, us that Edgeworth boy.
Oh, Christ.
This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
I fell. I'm down.
Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us.
We're mainly glaring at him because he's a bad lawyer.
Hey, I'm allowed to say that, not you.
I'd better act quick or this trial's going to be over. But how can I raise an objection without any proof?
Judge, there is no room for doubt in the witness's testimony.
Oh, you're doomed to snap.
I demand that you declare your verdict.
Can someone help me back up?
The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? No, I'm going to wait. I can't see any room to raise an objection. I'd better hold back and see how things develop and see if this man gets up.
Nick, we have to do something. If we stay quiet now, Mr. Edgeworth will be found guilty for sure.
It's no good. Oh, there's nothing I can do.
Are you sure?
To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore.
Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please? We need your help. Nick needs you.
3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Gavel! Enough! The witness may leave the stand.
Okay, someone will help me back up.
This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No!
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty! The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Gavel.
Sorry, I was in the bathroom. How did it go?
Hang on, wait! Sorry, Miles, I'll get to you.
Who's that just now? Me?
Huh? What?
It was me!
What are you doing here, Mr. Butts?
Listen, you gotta listen to me, because I'm crying. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
He's gone full Irish, so you know he's serious.
The gunshot. I heard it too.
Hey, he's stealing my act. What's he playing at?
Gavel, order. Objection. What is the meaning of this?
Oh,
I didn't watch the
confused
earlier
snap.
parts. The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot?
Yeah, I did. A gunshot. That night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony, and I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right.
Okay, Phénix.
I'll testify. Let me testify.
He's doing a better job of being my lawyer than you are at this point. I just wanted to say that.
No, I think you're right, Miles.
Gavel, gavel! Order, order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court.
Are you sure you try every single case in this city?
No, it's the first time it's happened. Honest. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Oh, manipulation, Snap!
Nick! This is it! Larry's given us one final chance at this!
She's right.
I know.
If only it wasn't Larry.
I also know.
He could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Again. Okay. Slam, Your Honour. If there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
Right here, right now, right here.
A
right
waste of time. That is a banger, though. The verdict cannot be overturned. I did gavel on it quite hard. Gavel! Ungavel! Allow me to speak my opinion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a court of law.
Well, I want an opinion, okay? In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict.
Oh, what the hell? I'm a witness too. I saw the whole thing.
Shh. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
Even ones with accents of indeterminate origin.
Especially those. Have you seen
I'm a
this
witness
place?
as well.
What is this? I have a very determinate accent of gavel. I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
What?
Oh, la gosse.
Only happens like
gavel,
every week.
gavel, gavel. Mr. Von Karma. I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now!
This is a great face turn from the judge.
What?
Did he say
Gavel?
fart?
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess.
Hell in the cell is being set up.
After that, we will hear this new witness. Gavel, court is adjourned.
He did so much gaveling that time. It was great. Didn't
In
I say it was
5
great?
minutes, Hell in a Cell, Courtroom 3. December 27th, 10:28 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Free for the WWE Universe.
Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth.
I see what you did there. I've seen worse.
Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets.
It's a condition. I just wonder what Larry plans to say. Oh, sorry, that's your.
You read my mind there. No, it's fine. I was just wondering what Larry plans to say in there as well.
When I make a gesture or sort of emotional, lean to the side, I assume I'm going to talk now.
But hey,
Kiss!
we're both good lawyers.
Thank you.
Larry was at the lake that night? Why am I confused about this?
He was indeed. He said he went looking for the still samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right. Exposition. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night?
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh? Did you say something right?
Yeah, a lot of things. Well, your name. Well, you seem out of it. What's wrong?
I'm just really missing my pillows. It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Just a L'Oreal conditioner and a little bit of hairspray in the morning.
Oh.
What's that?
Well, something else. But why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
That's a good point.
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
That sounds improbable.
Shut up, you. I pick up all kinds of things without thinking. You don't know.
I see.
Right.
Yeah?
This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials?
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And earlier on, I said boo to him. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything depends on Larry now.
And now it's time for Hell in a Cell, December 27th, 10:35 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, what?
Gavel, court is now back in session. I don't watch wrestling. I don't get it. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw. On the night of December 24th, that is. Just not everything entirely.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
Right. Leave it to me.
Please, Larry, don't mess this one up, mate. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break.
That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. There I am. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court.
Really seems par the course.
Yes. In any matter, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Would you like to hear mine? I was in a place and I saw a thing or not.
Shush you.
Yes, Your Honour.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I've no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared.
Well, we've come this far. No way to go but forward, Nick. Or home.
That night, I was out in the boat and I was looking for something, so I slipped this, then bang! Couldn't it was the look and gunshot went.
Hold it. So you only heard one bang, correct?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, Nick?
It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions.
Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my bigger sister.
That night, I was out in the boat and I quickly slipped bang. Didn't notice, so yeah.
Right, let's give him the present. Parrot, no. Here we go. Objection. Well, wait a sec, Larry.
What?
You only heard one bang, right? You sure?
That's what I said.
But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs.
None of us could understand what she was saying.
And the old man just now said the same thing.
I'm still on the floor.
They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Slam, were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please, man.
Huh?
You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see. I'm like a customer here. I'm crying again. I'm always so you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
This guy is 2 subreddits away from being an incel.
Oh.
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Eh?
Not sure? Hang on, how can you not be sure?
Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else.
Something else?
My radio, dude, on my headphones. God.
What?
Oh my god.
Give him the
Never
chair.
heard of radio.
Order, and stop that booing.
But we hate him.
Start the booing.
Boo!
So I can say stop booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to a radio on earphones?
I bet he has AirPods, the wanker.
Yeah. So what? That a crime?
I'm going to make it a crime.
I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Yeah, not Magic FM, though, you prick.
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion. Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue his testimony?
Sod it, Your Honour. Please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Look in a mirror, mate.
Oh, sick burn. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony, and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right. Leave it to me. I'm crying again.
I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me.
It's lonely, being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to the Alder Quest show on the radio. See, I was listening to it real booming loud, like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Oh, I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Yeah.
You were listening to your radio at a high volume.
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't it a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from one of the popular beat acts on the radio.
Name 3.
I do not know anything. But Kraftwerk are pretty good. True enough. True enough. It is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection! Hang on, wait, Your Honour. Are you two... Hang on. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
excuse me, DJ?
An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio.
Ah, the guy who says things on the radio, yeah.
That's the one. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks about between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the gunshot from the lake.
We do not hear about the
Nurse,
gunshot.
nurse.
I want to hear more about him.
I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honour.
In your state?
Very well, Mr. Wright.
The guy's nose is bleeding.
Sorry, Your Honour. Like this. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. And then the gunshot. I'm sure I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
Hold it. What did he say?
Objection! Mr. Wright! Please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said to us? To us?
Christ, he's gone as well.
Oh,
Someone
no.
get a nurse in
It's
here.
pretty hard.
Loosen his gunshot.
Somebody needs to put the localization team on trial.
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if we see some reason why we should care.
Slam, we should care, Your Honour. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine. That was pretty weak sauce, but very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer guy saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. I'm crying again. I'm sorry. It's just a nervous. I'm all
Right, let's give him a
I
present.
try to say so positive, but it's just.
He's crying. I need to give him a present. Objection. Larry, look, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Stop. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know what I don't scare that easy.
That seems improbable.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
What's blowing my nose? Your Honour, did you hear what the witness just said just now? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And...
Oh, God.
Almost Christmas. Means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realise what this means? There, Larry. When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas bloody Eve.
That would seem to be the case. Yes.
But that contradicts the two testimonies you have heard so far, Your Honour. Slap the taper. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already bloody Christmas. Slam. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honour.
Good Lord. Contradiction. I love those. I've been waiting so long.
Oh. Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. And slightly sweaty.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, he is pretty sweaty. What do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
He was
This whole
honking on his crack
premise is
pipe.
sweaty.
Sweaty. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honour. Slam, he heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
Right, let me have a look in the evidence rucksack.
Snap.
Right, got the parrot. Shh. Right, it's all. Right. Is it this? I don't know. I'm looking at it. Maybe it isn't. Here we go. Take that. Look at this photograph. I'm tapping here.
Every time I see it, it makes me laugh.
This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The time strap on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
What's
Merry
the time
Christmas.
strap? What's the time strap?
That's a very good question. It's like a belt for a watch.
What about this gun shirt we've been hearing so much about?
Yes. Oh, yeah. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honour, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honour, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Correct. There was a loud noise in Orange on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, Slam, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely Christmas bloody Eve.
Merry Christmas.
Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Ms. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honour. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Slam, Your Honour. That night, there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them.
Oh my God.
I'm not quite sure what that
sounds
means,
like
but it
that.
sounds
That's
dramatic.
Gavel. Why would this be? Objection! Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot.
Look at the size of those toots.
Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. About my nose.
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 10 to 12 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any.
Get my evidence rucksack. Right, this gun, I'll present this in court. This is my evidence, this gun I'm holding in the air.
The murder weapon? Could you please not point it at me?
Sorry, I'll just pop that down. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honour. There's no varnish on it, the colour's all off. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon right here was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realised the truth. Slam. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Oh my God.
Nani?
Game of Thrones season 4 stuff.
Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why?
Oh, inquisitive Snap.
Uh-oh, the inquisitive Snap. I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Let me put this black craft paper up behind me. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Let me pack up that black craft paper.
What's wrong, Nick? Where did you put the black craft paper?
I just popped it in my evidence rucksack, but I have it, Mayor.
Huh?
Remember the case with the steel samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
Was it last week or something? I forget now. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya!
Yes?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, which I'm going to get a doctor to see, and I'm going to run with it.
Exercise is really important. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? Look, we've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose.
Huh.
Oh, you just watch, right? And let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, all right?
Right, Nick.
Smashing. Slam. Your Honour?
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
Really?
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
Maybe
God, I
something
can't
that
believe
sounds like
he's
symbolic.
Oh, gavel,
thing?
gavel. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you've finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, Rookie. Rookie, take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat.
Didn't he start Jurassic Park?
Bang!
No, I think he was in a really, long-running car show.
Oh, that's
There-
right. Yeah, sorry.
There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond, not Richard, fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide.
That's not even acceptable social distancing.
Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it. It is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
Well, what do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp or time strap or whatever it is on the photo says 12:15.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Slam. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake.
Richard Hammond's dead?
That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Why couldn't have it been James May?
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain, who is this sitting on the boat?
Christ, Slam. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
Sounds really convoluted.
That's soap opera
Gavel?
level.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch, which I am going to get seen. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. Slam. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer, then.
The murderer's name? Right, it's,
Fordo Komodo.
who is it? Actually, well, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know. Bah! Again, you waste my time.
Slam, I don't know because he never told us.
Oh, Slam!
Went well.
The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. Slam. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? He can't stand up properly. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? I said that awfully there. May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not in a boat?
But there's nowhere except not in a boat.
What? Well then, where did this murder take place?
Right, let's pop this map up here on the easel. Right, I'm going to show the judge where the murder took place. Take that. See my finger? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives.
God,
I'll
that's
see it behind
sad.
your finger.
Right, I'll just take my finger away. That way, he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Objection! Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will.
I won't.
Let's get that map out. You see my finger here? Doing circles. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. I'll move my finger over here. He finds it and returns the boat. So my index finger's in, and then now my middle finger is there. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. Bang!
Don't go more than 3 fingers, it's arrogant.
Okay. He heard a gunshot, Your Honour. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat?
The boat shop.
Bingo.
Oh my god,
Oh,
even the
sweet.
judges
No,
go for
I
it.
wanted a
That's
bingo.
in the boat shop.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honour.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Well, not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this one out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Put my slideshow up. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. It was a nice coat. He became Robert Hammond.
Yep, that's all it takes to be another person, a coat.
Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Well, if I have a look at this next slide, of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol.
Well, by
He
definition.
shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
No, there's Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of the explanations is the moment you're lost. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
Let me have a think here. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honour.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake.
I look good on the boat.
Indeed, and you do. Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next slide. Oh, no, keep the slide. The murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then... Yeah, now it's the next slide. Bit of animation I've been working on my time off. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. So someone looking from the edge of the lake.
The edge worth of the lake, am I right, anyone?
Good.
Nice.
It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. Slam? That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realise that, well, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. Bish bash bosh. This is what happened, Your Honour. These are the events that transpired that night on Gould Lake.
Bailiff?
Yes, sir.
Bring out the witness from before.
Okay.
But the boat shop caretaker, please. Not but. Quickly.
All right, sir.
No, it was just
Oh,
seeing
change
witness,
now.
if you know what I
What's
mean.
happening? Tired.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions.
Well, things can't get any worse.
Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Oh, God, I'm so tired.
Ask him why he hasn't kissed Phénix.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm getting to that.
Disregard remark.
You heard what the defense has said.
Yes, you're kissing. Honor. No. Yes.
Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
Not kissing, that's for sure. What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. He's smarter than he looks and sounds. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. I thought, amazing, I get to be on Top Gear. But then no. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve.
A noble request.
He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir.
Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do? Please allow me to use the tank. It's been so long and nobody lets me use the tank.
It hasn't been oiled for a while. But find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
That sounds like use the tank.
I didn't tacitly...
They've got a tank in here! That's so exciting!
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued.
Never gonna find me.
It goes without... Who said that? It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances.
Is he still just underneath the bench?
I I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed.
This is a very complex legal system.
I know what I said. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness, up to and including a tank. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. News/fiction. Very well. Court is adjourned. Gavel.
December 27th, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Yay, Nick! You did it!
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the bloody time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients, because sometimes it is us on trial.
You're absolutely right. Hey, Edgeworth.
Yes, hi.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained.
Yeah, mate.
I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
Yeah, that's right, darling. Give us a smile.
Oh, this is exactly what I was worried about. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet.
What? What do you mean?
Got tennis at 3. Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now.
Say it.
And I don't know whether or not to tell you.
You can. Edgeworth.
No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but
I want to.
I can't make up my mind.
Oh, for God's sake!
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. Quite often, actually. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime of passion?
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder. And I love you.
What was that?
He said.
Nothing, sorry.
It's important to unmute your microphone in these scenarios. But a lot has occurred. We have a lot to unpack. So I say that we should take a short intermission. Let's say a soft 5, hard 10 intermission. And we shall be back in a soft 5, hard 10. See you all then. Welcome back, everybody. The interval lasted a little bit longer than expected, but you know, that's how things work sometime in theatre. It's a lot of backstage politics. You know, the stage manager is banging the lighting designer, but the lighting designer is sort of in an open thing with the sound designer assistant. You know, it's a whole thing. And don't get me started on the TSM's TikTok account. Oh my God. Anyway, the important thing is we are entering the second half of La Théâtre de Phénix, the investigation portion. Day 3 of evidence gathering, unheard of in the history of the Phoenix Wright games. So, let us now go to the investigation portion, day 3, of Turnabout Goodbyes. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. Ryder Co. Law Offices.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder by Bong Joon-ho.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed in the style of Bong Joon-ho?
Bong Joon-ho. I don't believe it. That's not the Bong Joon-ho way. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never!
Nick.
Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today?
I've got some jazzy synths for you, mate.
I had them swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya?
Swooning? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember feeling faint.
Right on! Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Yeah. Right, Nick? My emotions, man.
Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two.
I think you can do better than that. Come on. I say it's Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should have been bowling over before me. Yeah. Bow, bow, bow before you're a hero. Bow.
Right, let's chat with him. Let's talk about the trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
Oh, man.
You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience. You know, from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. You see, I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end.
Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
No, he means me. Right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
What? Me?
It's my allergies, man.
But why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick?
Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? Apart from, you know, the crush, and I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then.
Oh, man.
Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait. Was that when you two were classmates?
Yes, in grade school. They saved me.
Oh,
Miles
oh God.
and Larry. They saved me. And I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defence attorney, you know?
Oh,
What?
oh,
Hey,
oh,
hey,
God.
Larry, what's he talking about? Do you need a tissue?
Oh, I'm fine again. Oh man, I think I should see some. No, huh? Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Set me off again. I kind of forgot. Oh, oh.
Okay,
God.
Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear their story today, and that's final.
Okay. It was kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on trial, a class trial.
A class trial? Michael Palin?
You remember, Larry? Spring, 4th grade. A kid in my class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home.
Huh, I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside.
Oh, yeah. Now that you do mention it, I do remember that. Yeah.
I can see why you forgot that.
Mm.
You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it?
Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
So, the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Let me put this slideshow up. I didn't do it.
Guilty! He did
Nobody
it!
The voices!
I don't believe you anymore.
Back 50 cents, I like
The voices!
Oh, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right.
It's not right.
In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it.
Apologize to the class, Phoenix.
The glass, Phoenix.
Next slide. I didn't know what was happening. I was so scared. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went over to where the boy was sitting. That's when it happened.
Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs.
Miles?
Miles.
Yeah.
Bowtie wanker!
Well, hey, I'm in the middle of a thing. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
No.
Then you should apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. And
That
also,
was-
don't call me Your Honor.
It was stolen.
he did it.
The voices! The voices
Yes,
again!
sorry.
Why
It
don't you
stopped the
Gather,
voices!
gather.
This is always how it is. Everyone's ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Man.
Very well. I will replace the money myself.
On a teacher's salary?
I'm already deeply in debt. This class trial is over.
That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were always friends.
Wow. I had no idea. Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I forgot because I was there. You know.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah. Well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. Yeah, that's what happened. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd have done it. So I kind of took it personally. See.
When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defence attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father.
I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad. A famous defense attorney.
Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
Bye.
See ya.
The DL6 incident.
Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
Innit?
It is, yeah.
It was several
pretty
years
sad.
later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper, the News Shopper. The headline was something like, "Dark suspicions on a demon attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts." The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
Why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all.
That's what I thought. Too. Dramatic pause. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
Look, it's long and complicated. If I was a defence attorney, I knew he'd have to meet with me, in court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him.
Whoa, Nick. Whoa. So is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes.
Tearing up again, man.
I helped you because I believed you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free.
Oh, Nick.
Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. It very well may be.
But there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who he is.
I'd settle for who? I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. I'll just pop that in there, in the fireball. Okay, let's go. Right, where are we going to go?
Conversation over?
Yeah, I think it is. All right, see you, Larry, mate.
Bye, I'll stay in your office.
December 27th, Gourd Lake Park, entrance.
Hey, pal, long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today, huh? I got so worked up, I snapped my tie in half.
That's not physically possible, sir.
Maybe not for you.
Sorry about that, but I can see your tie's not snapped up.
No problem, pal. I got multiple ties, you know? I'm a
That's fair.
professional.
I've
Listen,
only got the one.
thanks to you, we now know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It is my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Oh, see ya.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, I'm back. One more thing.
Eek!
No one can go into the woods today.
Are the teddy bears having their picnic?
Yep.
The woods?
Where Lotta was camping.
The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad, killed quite a lot of bears. No one can go in there for a while until they've cleared up the bear corpses.
I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, the fun we have. Oh.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Oh, that was fun. Where are we going to move to? Or examine? Right, let's move to the public beach.
December 27th, Gourd Lake, public beach.
Huh? The still eyesore is missing.
Eyesore?
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too.
I guess Larry's been too busy with the trial to show up for work.
All right, let's pop off to the boat rental shop.
Oh yeah, it was December 27th, and it's the boat rental shop. Yeah.
Yeah, the old caretaker got away.
Yep.
I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
Mr.
I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere.
Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, huh? The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon. You see?
Mr. Grossberg? This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
Yeah, that is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Just cover your mouth.
I am so terribly unwell and not long for this world. What do you mean by that?
Wipe this off. Well, I'm not sure.
If you find anything out, come by my office at once, sir. I may be able to offer you some assistance.
Thanks. Bye.
What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway?
Who knows? Right. Where should we head to next, Maya? Let's go to the caretaker's shack.
Okay.
December 27th, Caretaker's Shack. The thing they just said.
Nobody's home.
Hello, what?
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello, what?
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself.
Hello, what?
Let's examine here. Put on the X-ray glasses and that box.
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228, what?
Let's open it, Nick.
9/11 was an inside job, what?
What did that parrot say? Anyway, I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, what?
Aww.
What about Building 7, what?
Hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in here.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in there is a letter.
A letter? Aw, boring.
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth?
Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Start on the left and work your way towards the right. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is your time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. Christ almighty, a spatula. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. He was following instructions.
But Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean, get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Let me pop that in the evidence rucksack. Right, x-ray glasses. Oh no, let's pop them away. Let's move outside of here. And let's move again to the public beach. You know what? I'm not going to stay here for long. I'm going to go to the bike entrance. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's leave here all in together. Detention centre.
December 27th, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
You look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean? Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold.
You don't remember? The cold sounds bad. Do you
Why-
need some tissues?
Why does he sound sexier?
It's mucus, and no, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 4th grade?
Lunch money?
Metal Gear?
Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Guilty as charged.
Ridiculous.
Gee, thanks.
That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do, you crazy fool.
What's that mean?
You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple. To a fault, even.
Hey, well, maybe, yeah, but, you know, I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Yeah, got him.
Too much? Perhaps.
Right, let's give him a present, cheer him up. What have I got in my evidence bag? Oh, yeah, that letter. Edgeworth, slam on the class. See this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge? On me?
Who is that old guy, anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Yeah, nice, right? Real nice. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then.
Which means that...
Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life!
Hey, nice black background. Thanks for sharing it, Phoenix.
Two men. Meaning myself and Robert Hammond?
It also says, in orange, this is your last chance.
Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute, rather, but there's also a statue on the DL6 incident.
That clock statue?
That's the one.
Wait. That old man.
Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
What is it? Do you know who he is? A Metal Gear?
Yogi? Could it be Metal Yogi?
Say one more word and you're dead, boo-boo.
Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent.
Christ, right, let's chat with him.
Yanni Yogi, also known as Metal Yogi, was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago.
I'm an earthquake.
Quake was incredibly strong and eloquent. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long. It felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled.
Help! I can't breathe! Quiet.
Quiet! You too! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier!
I want to get out! Help! Get us out!
Don't shout! You'll take up more oxygen!
Ooh.
That's...
all he remembers.
It's a big dramatic pause.
When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, mental Yanni sorry, I'm in a bit of a state. Mental Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprived and stress situation had caused temporary insanity, like appears to be what is happening to me right now. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Metal Yogi was found innocent.
But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to, quote, get revenge on Edgeworth, end quote. Why would he want to take revenge? Ew.
Right.
Yeah?
There's something that's been troubling me these last few days.
Slams up to the glass. What is it?
I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
Tell him! Tell him!
Tell me! Tell me, Edgeworth. You mean the nightmare?
No!
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime by Bong Joon-ho that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Let me just unbutton my shirt.
Please do.
For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night.
Christ almighty.
I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
Yeah?
What kind of dream?
How sweaty as well?
It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark.
The dark.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out. Help! Get us out!
Don't shout. You'll use up more oxygen.
I can't breath. You're using up my air.
What?
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you.
What? What are you?
Stop breathing my air.
No. Father! He's attacking Father! Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father!
Bang!
And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. There it is again.
It's beautiful.
But that's just a dream, right? Right?
Talking to me?
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
anyway.
sorry.
That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say sometimes people shut out their memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth in Orange. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me in Orange.
Wait, hang on, Edgeworth, you mean...
It was me! I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father.
This is bad.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not.
Rude.
Yeah, sorry, mate. If there's something else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, then maybe.
There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6.
Rightio, let's move to Grossberg.
December 27th, Grossberg Law Offices. Still haven't found a new painting, huh, dickhead?
Particular taste in artwork. Mister, that's not my line.
That's all right, but you can introduce yourself. But Mr. Grossberg.
Hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what happened.
It's no laughing matter, Mr. Grossberg.
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He sob.
There.
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. Huh.
It's only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled?
Well?
Also, consider this. Yogi quite holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagine. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was, as they say, done.
No! I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with that statute of limitations so close.
And the statue of limitations as well. Let's not forget about that.
I lost that statue along with the painting.
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. Nothing, I say. The result, he had a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost, and died in despair, as it were.
I thought he died in an elevator, but I see.
The elevator was a despair make of elevator.
I see. Right, let's give him a present to cheer him up. Right.
I like it when you go through your pocket. Oh, no! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. Yeah, but he defended clients for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Ruined, I say.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
Oh, sorry, that's
Again, you're reading my mind.
you again, sorry. This letter.
Yeah.
I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any kind of idea who wrote this letter?
Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting. I am sure of it. Sure as eggs is eggs. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Alright, let's have a chat.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father.
What?
He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh, no.
But how could Mr. Von Karman know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. Oh yes, he won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe.
I've never been to Europe either. Hang on. You have strange ideas about vacations, Mayor.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation?
What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is gonna bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6?
I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
Thought that was manslaughter.
Yeah, same here. Oh, but I know that.
Yeah, well,
I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence, all right? I can't believe he'd kill someone.
But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave.
Ooh, I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. The police materials. All right, let's move. See you, Grossberg.
Now, if you find any paintings on your...
One day left, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no time to waste. Let's get going.
Smashing. Right, let's go to the Criminal Affairs Department.
December 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs.
There's hardly anyone here.
Apart from those two. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi.
think they're mannequins.
No, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today.
Christ, Ruby.
He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement, being persistent. But we were wondering if we could check out the records room again.
Well, now, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there, but I have pepper spray, a taser, and several fragmentation grenades.
I can see them on your belt.
Von Karma?
Yeah, he just arrived, actually.
Von Karma's in the records room.
Nick, let's hurry.
Diddle-diddle-oo. Move to records room.
December 27th, Police Department Records Room. Sorry if I sound overexcited. It's just there's a lot happening.
Dusty as always.
We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had the time to clean.
What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma, I mean. Right, let's examine here. Right, what we got? Ah, that drawer.
Huh? One of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says unsolved cases, evidence.
Unsolved cases.
Nick, the file for DL6, it's completely empty.
What?
What are you doing in here?
Eek! Von Karma!
You! How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
Mr. Edgeworth was your student, right?
A romanticist who could never shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate.
Von Karma? You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record.
And twice?
So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago. You read
my mind. As you said, his guilt of 15 years ago, you mean. You are a good lawyer.
You're quite a researcher. Also, I just said it. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what makes Miles Edgeworth. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up the DL6 into court tomorrow. Right, let's give him a present. Right, what have we
Oh,
got
a
in here?
present. I love a present.
Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this.
You sure you want to give him crucial evidence? All right.
Yeah, go on.
Crucial indeed.
This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yeah. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter.
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. Is it hassle?
What?
Hassle indeed.
Nick, what is that thing?
Christ.
I've never seen one of those before.
A stun gun for self-defense, usually.
Indeed, a stun gun. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. Something I've seen before.
600,000.
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter.
No!
No!
Whoa! What are you?
Maya!
Out of my way! Stunned!
Oh, he got us. The letter's gone. Oh, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya? Oh, is she okay? Oh. Maya? Maya, open your eyes. Maya!
The letter. Did he take it?
Huh? Oh, yeah. But are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or as a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
Maya! Oh, there has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet. DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Put DL6 incident in the pocket. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. Holy hell, a lot is about to happen tomorrow. Well, I say tomorrow, I mean next week. Next week is our grand finale. It's not really a finale, but it's our, like, it's technically the final case of game one. So we're just doing the final trial next week. So please do tune in for that. There'll be a lot of revelations, a lot of stuff. There's many cast members on the Zoom who've never played the games before who are baffled by these revelations. So it'll be curious to see how everything plays out. But now is the time for showing a lot of love to all of your incredible cast, who are so fantastic. Week in, week out, they always do amazing work. I can't believe I've managed to trick them into doing this show. They're so wonderful. I would start with our Phoenix Wright, Scott, who is amazing and has the hardest job. But Scott has nothing to plug. And
I have nothing to plug for myself, but I am actually going to add one more thing. Actually, I'm going to add two things. First of all, my plug is, as always, everyone else's plugs. But also, and Chaz, I think you'll agree with this, if you're a charity and you're looking for a new CRM software, look no further than Beacon.
That is very true, actually.
I don't know their website, but our friend David Simpson runs a charity CRM company called Beacon.
If you go to beaconproducts.co.uk, you can find out more information about Beacon. Recently voted the top-rated CRM in Fundraising Magazine, the latest issue. So, well worth looking into. And
so
now
that is my plug.
There you go. And now looking into the greatest line readings of and the greatest line readings of Eek. Hannah as Maya Vey. Hannah, your plugs, please.
Hey, my name is Hannah Raymond Cox. Please find me on Twitter at Holla Out Loud, like the bread, and then Out Loud. I also stream with Adventurers Wanted, who are a live play Dungeons and Dragons show. We have our most recent episode should be up on YouTube, but we will be streaming on the first Tuesday of the month. So next month, and we've got quite a few people involved with this project, also involved with Adventurers Wanted. And one last teeny tiny plug, I am available. I'm an actor and a voice actor and a poet. If you are doing, Shakespeare but in another flavor, I'm down for that. If you want someone to do some of that. So yeah.
Please do get Hannah in to do your stuff. As you can tell from the streams we've done, she is utterly fantastic. So please do get in touch with that. And also, if you're a fan of Adventurers Wanted, in the next couple of weeks there will be a one-shot coming out in which I will feature as well. So keep an eye out for that. A big shout out to John Henry Fowle, aka the Story Beast, who was both the judge and Manfred von Karma, talking to himself very frequently and doing an incredible job. Your plugs, please.
Thank you very much. I was indeed the judge. And yes, I'm reading spooky old ghost stories and science fiction classics on my Twitch channel /The Story Beast. You can follow me on here. And yes, and follow me on Twitter. I'm doing it a couple of times every week. It's a bit intermittent at the moment because I've got a baby and I'm sort of working around him, the little creep. Yes, so come along and do that. And of course, I am also a voiceover artist. I can do a German accent, just about. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to any Germans listening.
There you go. And obviously, where would a Phoenix Wright stream be without Dick Gumshoe, the wonderful David Allwood as Dick Gumshoe, and also a very good substitute Edgeworth with a dash of David Hayter in there. Which
can't even tell. Metal Yogi? Yeah. Thanks, Ollie. Jumped in the deep end there. But it gave me something to do.
You're pretty great.
Pretty great?
Yeah, you kept me waiting, huh?
The lolly lulay low. So I'm actually... my first plug is going to be someone who is not me. My friend Alistair Willey makes wands, and he's got a company called Wilbert's Wands. So if any nerds out there want their own magic wand, he's doing a competition, like a lottery, so you can pay £2 and potentially get a wand that's worth £200. So if you just Google Wilbert's Wands, that's WILLBOTTS Wands, you can get that. Also, Shakespeare in Another Flavor coming on next Saturday. My beautiful wife, Rachel Waring, is directing a production of As You emoji thumbs up it, which is it's awful. That's coming on the 23rd. And what else? Adventures Wanted. That's it. That's all my plugs. I got them all out.
We're also hoping that Rachel will join the cast of La Theatre de Phénix when we get to game 2.
Oh, she's very excited to join the cast.
So that's very excited. And also, lovely to see Marvin Grossberg. Always a favourite. Angus Dunnican. Angus, apart from doing a lot of cooking this weekend, what are you up to?
Apart from that, what am I doing? Like the rest of the cool kids, I've also got a D&D podcast. I'm on a show called Chaotic Adequate. We've got new episodes every week, which I'm doing the incidental music for and other bits and pieces. So that's fun. Which with one of our players is currently holed up in Devon, so it's some strong, sexy remote play going on. And in addition to that, I am very much breaking the law by making a completely unofficial audiobook of Dune, which there are 3 chapters of it currently up on my SoundCloud. If you go to SoundCloud and search for Angus Dunnican, Dunnican is like Duncan with a sneaky eye in the middle. Then the first 3 chapters are there, plus a little sort of explainer I recorded the other day. Because my mum actually called me and said, I'm really enjoying the book. I don't know what's going on. So I thought I'd explain Dune to my mum and record it. So I did that.
Amazing. Also, if you follow Angus on social media, you will see a picture of a miniature loaf that he made. It's like a doll's house sized loaf of bread. And it is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. So please do track down Angus on social media for that. It is sad that Tom, who is the main player of Miles Edgeworth, couldn't be here today. But if you look in the chat, you can see that Tom is a very talented writer-performer, and he does a sketch comedy podcast called Crowley Time. I fully recommend that you check that out, crowleytime.com, for all of the information. It is hilarious. He is also a very frequent guest / collaborator on the Beef and Dairy Network podcast, which, if you are not listening to, why are you not listening to that? It's basically Comedy Bang Bang, but for British comedians. So please listen to that. Okay, and then the final plugs are for me. I am doing this every week. Please come back next week and tell your friends to come back next week. It is just a 1-act special. We're doing the final trial in just one half. It's going to be very exciting. And there are a bunch of donation links underneath, PayPal and Twitch and Ko-Fi and all of that. If you feel like you can give money, please do. And if you want to catch up on all of the previous Phoenix Writes, there is a YouTube link down there as well. So please do engage with that. That would be really lovely. And also, I run a weekly online pub quiz every Saturday on this Twitch channel at 8 p.m. So I do a general knowledge one week and I do a specialized one the other week. And you are lucky because this week is the specialized one. This Saturday at 8 p.m. we'll be doing a quiz all about the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, will be the topic of our quiz. So if you think you've got mad MCU knowledge, please come down and join. And with that, all I can say is it's a pleasure to be around all of these talented people. This has been week 8 of La Theatre de Phénix, and it's always incredible that all of these talented people would be kind enough to give me their time. So a big show of appreciation for them, a lot of love to them, and we will see you next week for the finale that's not actually the finale, but we're treating it like a finale. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Have a very wonderful rest of your week. Bye bye, everybody.